Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I think there are no two views to the fact that teachers' role in society is of paramount importance. On the shoulder of a teacher lies the future of a generation, of the whole nation. And we need to have teachers who are competent, we need to have teachers who are sympathetic, who have empathy, and of course, who do specialize in their subjects. So just to point out a few significant qualities of a good teacher. The first important quality or a significant quality a teacher must have, which goes without saying, is that he should or she should be very competent in the subject that he or she is teaching. This goes without saying. Unless a teacher is competent and fully has a complete grasp of the subject that he or she is teaching, the impact which has to be made, of course, cannot be made. The second quality of a teacher is that the teaching techniques that are employed should be very, very interesting and very interactive. And this goes without saying that the most important way to teach today is what we call activity-based learning or experiential learning, in which students are engaged right from the start, and it's more of a discussion and it's more of knowledge and wisdom sharing, and the teacher acts like a facilitator who provides, of course, the stimulus to the students. The third quality of a teacher is this unwritten commitment to the students that he will profess a high moral character. He will speak the truth, he will be just, he will be kind, he will be sympathetic, he will be an extraordinary good human being. He needs to know that besides being proficient in his subject or her subject, this is an unwritten commitment to the next generation, that these values have to be imbibed, they have to be inculcated through his or her own character. The fourth quality of a teacher is that he or she should be instrumental in discovering the inner talent of the students that he or she is teaching. This is a very important thing which is often overlooked. We must realize that each person or each student has an aptitude, has a certain bent, has a certain inclination. And if the teacher is able to point out and to make that student discover his or her inner talent, that would be a great impetus to the actual objective of study that the student has in mind. The fifth quality of a good teacher is that he or she should encourage critical thinking. This means that if there is something which comes across the minds of students, then they should not let it go or just not sleep over it. They should raise this question and start discussing and challenging various ideas, and of course criticizing them if they think that there is some critique in their minds. The sixth quality of a teacher, my dear viewers, is that he should or she should never snub the students, especially if they ask questions. They may be stupid questions, so to speak, or they could be very elementary questions. On the other hand, he should or she should be very affectionate in handling them and never snub them, because this will actually discourage the inquisitiveness in them and of course dent their critical thinking as well. The seventh quality, my dear participants and my dear viewers, of a good teacher is that there are, of course, weak students in every class. So a good teacher must have this quality to take along these average or below average students with them, perhaps by giving them extra time, perhaps by coaching them. But he should have this goal in his mind or her mind, that it's not just the intelligent students that he's going to go after or teach, but there are more average and below average students at times in the class, and he will make or she will make efforts to make them improve as well. The eighth quality of a good teacher is that then like weak students, we have intelligent students as well. So a teacher should be very, very proficient in handling these intelligent students, because they pose challenging questions. They are the ones who make a teacher think and reflect and revisit a lot of things that he or she might have thought of. So this is a challenge that a good teacher faces, and he or she should come to grips with this challenge. The ninth quality of a good teacher, my dear viewers, is that he should take personal interest in the lives of the students that he comes across. At times, students have come from different backgrounds, troubled backgrounds. They have some emotional problem. They have something which goes in their minds which they might not be able to express. But if a teacher has a close rapport with his or her students, he or she would be able to decipher the problem, maybe at home, maybe at some other stage or phase in life that is bothering him or her. So this is something of a quality of a good teacher, that he does not confine himself or herself to studies. He actually takes personal interest in the lives of his or her students as well. And the 10th and final quality, my dear viewers, is that a teacher must keep himself or herself abreast of the developments that are taking place in his subject. He should actually keep revisiting and studying various journals, various research books which are being published regarding developments and advancements in the subject that he or she is teaching, because knowledge is not stagnant. It goes on, and people bring up these new researches. So he or she should have this curiosity, this inquisitiveness in himself or herself to find out these new developments and keep abreast of these developments. So these are some of the qualities of these most important individuals in our society, and we do hope that inshallah our teachers are able to look up to these qualities and really try very hard to inculcate these qualities in themselves. Thank you.